Okay.
Okay. Since John Wick 3 is coming out on Friday, we're going to watch the other two movies. And so before we watch it, I want to make sure, see how much I remember. So the first John Wick stars Keanu Reeves, and it came out, I want to say 2012. He is a retired hitman. It starts off with, like, I think he's at home with his girlfriend and his dog. And um, like someone kills his girlfriend, and like somehow she dies, and of course he's sad. And oh, she'd just gotten the dog. I think it was either for his birthday or for her birthday or something. And or I think it was after, like, the dog came like the day after she died or something, and so like that was his memory of her. And so he's, lives by himself and everything, retired. I think he put everything in, like all his guns and everything, in like cement and everything. And he goes to a gas station, and he drives like a Porsche, um, or like some kind of fancy car, like a vintage car. And he, like, you know um, like some like hoodlums from, like, that are Russian, like see his car, and the guy says, like, I want your car, and he's like, it's not for sale. And he's like, I want your car, and he says, like, no. He doesn't know who he is. And so he ends up, like, stealing the car. And obviously, like, he gets pissed off. And so I think somehow, like, he, at some point, like, the Russian, like, guy ends up killing his dog, and that was like the last straw for him. So he goes full, like, John Wick, going back into like assassin mode. He, like, has to, like, break, like, like jackhammer, like, to get all his guns. And so he, like, starts, finding out who the kid is, because he's, like, in his early 20s, all like pompous and everything. And he starts, like, going after him. And, like, his dad is like a Russian mafia guy. And he knows who John Wick is. He's like, you don't mess with John Wick. Like, he's like the ultimate, like, you don't go after him. And so the whole movie is like him killing everybody, like anybody who gets in his way, who's like associated with this, like, Russian guy. um, and there's like a code, like there's like a hotel that they go into, um, like, where it's like all assassins, like, have like an honor code, that, like, there's currency that, like, a gold coin is worth like thousands of dollars. And they have like a secret, like, casino area that, like, you have to either know, like, the code, or like give a token to get in. And that's where all the other, like, hitmen, like, go. It's in like New York. um, and also you can check in there, and like their one rule is you don't kill anybody there. Like, you kill everybody off the property. That's the one thing, is you don't kill on, or else, like, they'll kill you. And so he ends up, I think he ends up killing the Russian guy who took his car and all that. And like everyone's afraid of John Wick, and he has like all, like, I think there's this one scene that goes on for like a few minutes. It's like not cut or something, or it's just like straight. Um, and so I think in the end, I think that the beginning was like also the end, where he's like lying in a pool, it's raining, and he's like lying, and he has his phone, and he's playing the video of his girlfriend at the beach. And that was like the one, like, I think that's how it starts, and I think that's how it ends, because he's just like replaying the video, and that's what kind of got him through. And so I think that was the beginning, and I think that was what happened at the end. So obviously he killed the guy, and killed like 100, tens of, maybe even 100, people. And obviously didn't bring back his dog, because obviously the dog has died. But I think that's how it ended.